Welcome to Round Glass. I'm Miriam Parker, and I'm overjoyed to be guiding you in today's session that will take you on an exploration of the depths of perception. What does it mean to go deep? Meaning, how do we know if we are meditating? And is there a way of meditating correctly or not? So I'd like you to take this moment to just contemplate for yourself, how do I know if I'm meditating? And is there a correct way to meditate? So this is a question I actually never asked myself per se, but outside of my meditation. When I'm in my meditation, my feeling, especially when I was first starting, was I was not ever meditating. I felt I was always trying to meditate until I got these very special, sweet instructions, which I'm so delighted to share with you today. And these instructions were not only instructions for us in regards to our specific meditation, how we know if we're meditating or not, it was also instructions on how to see if there's a different way to experience our day-to-day emotions and interactions with people, to see if there is more subtle way that we can respond or feel in a moment. Can we access different experiences other than our initial one? So if you think about our journey in our meditation practice, meaning our journey can be like, this is your first meditation and you start from the moment we sat down together until just now. It's a little bit of a journey. What helps us to traverse our journey in our practice is to know what the terrain is and to know how to traverse that terrain really well. So the terrain of our meditation world is one in which we're merely allowing ourselves to open up. It's like normally our window of receptivity is very narrow. And when we go to sit to meditate, we're really trying to swing open those doors and broaden our window of receptivity. And so to know if you're meditating is actually quite simple. It's as simple as, am I feeling something different than I felt when I began? Like if you take a deep breath now and you exhale the air out, and then if you try to feel something a little different or notice something a little different than you did just now, your concentration and awareness of the breath has deepened. So many times when you are practicing, you will notice that you lose your object. That is the practice. That is the terrain of our meditative practice. Noticing that you have lost your object or your mind is spinning with different thoughts doesn't mean that you're not meditating. It simply can be that you're aware of how your mind is actually receiving and interacting moment to moment, that there's a myriad of different thoughts going on. And sometimes we're just not even aware of it. Like, what is the nature of our mind? It doesn't change when you meditate. We simply get to look at it. And then once we notice, whoa, my mind is busy, then we decide how we want to respond to it. And we've kind of touched this in a lot of the other classes, but we want to respond to whatever arises in the field of our meditation, very simply with the mind that we want to cultivate, right? So how do we know if we're meditating? I just want to say it again because it's so simple that you can almost lose it. You know that you're meditating if once you find your posture and you find your eye posture, that you're aware of sensations that you were not aware of before. And those sensations could also be something that is not always pleasant, right? So whatever arises, and you're aware that it is different than the moment before, then you know you're meditating. So I want to just go through our instructions for today's meditation because it's important that we know what we're going to be doing. So as I speak, I want you to fix up your meditation area. Make sure you have a comfortable posture, a comfortable seat. Look around, know that you have the space to meditate. Remind yourself that you have the time. Then we're going to bring in our intention. You can already start to follow these instructions as I go through them. And remember why you're here and feel the gravity of that why. And let that why kind of act as a magnet that aligns you. And then we'll really work on our posture, getting ourselves in a position for success. And then we're going to do a short breathing exercise. So when we get to this place, just follow my instructions. You're going to be focusing on the exhale and you're going to push it out like you're blowing up a balloon, and you're going to exhale, exhale, exhale. And you can use that image of exhaling to climb down deeper into the awareness of this moment. So let's settle in. We have a nice clear space, as clear as we can make it today. We know we have the time. Take a nice deep breath to just acknowledge that you are not where you were before. You're right here, right now, together. Together with your thoughts. You're gathering your physical body to be together, to feel a sense of unity. And let's gather that body by bringing to mind your intention for your practice and your journey. What are the questions you're looking to answer and know deeply in the center of your bones? Bring to mind your intention. Bring to mind the wisdom you are hoping to deeply connect with. And once you find that intention, notice it acts like a magnet and feel your body align itself, creating a posture that is easeful. Really notice how little effort you need to place in the body. To find a sense of flow. Relax your eyes. Relax the corners of your eyes. Notice if you have a new experience of the sensation of the eyes closed. Relax the tension between your brows. And again, see if your experience of the eyes is shifting. Maybe you'll notice movement or light. Maybe you'll notice temperature. But just really recognize that the experience of inhabiting your body has changed. And silently say, I'm meditating. I'm in the game. Relax your nose and lips and cheeks. Feel that your chin is level, your shoulders are level, and your spine is taut. And then we're going to do these 3 deep breaths. So I invite you to breathe in, fill the whole cavity of your chest with breath. And then tense all of your muscles. Squeeze, 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 and hold the breath in. Keep squeezing until you have to let it out. And then exhale the air out like you're blowing up a balloon, pressing the air out of the lips. And as you're exhaling, I want you to think of letting go, letting go, letting go further and further and more deeply. And then notice at the end of the exhale, the quality of your mind in that space. So you're learning to see underwater. What is underneath the initial sensation? And then stay there in your mind, but breathe in again. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and then hold at the top of the inhale and squeeze all your muscles. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Make a fist and then press the air out. All along, letting go of more and more tension, releasing and watching the mind climb deeper into the experience of right now. What are the sensations that are hidden? What are the sounds? And then last one, we're going to breathe in. And then we're going to clench all our muscles. Then sip a little bit more air into the upper chest. Hold a little bit more and then press the air out. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Let go more, let go more, let go even more, let go the most. And now, stay there. Keep focusing on the exhale, climbing the mind down deeper into this moment, into the moment that's filled with all these sensations, sound, touch. What lives in the mind? How does the mind work? Watch it. So your object right now is just peering through each sense perception as though they're windows, the smell, the taste, touch, and whatever arises, just hear it, feel it, let it go, and look for a new feeling, a new sound. And when you find one, silently say, I'm meditating. Keep firing up your curiosity. And then begin to narrow the focus to just the breath. And simply, with each exhale, the end of that exhale, let go. Observe the sensation that exists between the exhale and the inhale. And then as you breathe in this light. As you release the breath, imagine you're moving deeper into the subtle experience of breath. Know that you're meditating when the awareness of your practice shows you a new sensation. Know you're practicing. You are doing it right. Feel the experience of breath in this moment as something that is changing. Not that you are transforming, but it is actually always in flux. Not one breath is the same as the other. And it's those small shifts that we're looking to be aware of. So you know that you're meditating when you have finished one breath. And then you take up a new breath with the same level of curiosity, held by the knowledge that you're sharpening your mind. Keep cutting through the apparent reality, experiencing something new. Bring light in if you need to brighten the mind. On the inhale, bright, crystalline light to brighten the mind. Exhaling, simply letting go. And you know exactly what to let go of. I don't even need to prompt you. Take a moment to look back on your practice, the one that you just have done. Take note of the flavor of today's practice for you, and however form it is come. Can we find a way to make room to honor the practice? We all have expectations of how we think things should be, but what if, however your practice showed up for you today, however you showed up for your practice today, with purpose and intention, take on the mindset that this is exactly what was needed. And then feel a sense of gratitude and joy. Rejoice now. Rejoice in your choosing of showing up for yourself, and in all the small moments of meditative concentration that you had. And then finally, sealing your practice with a dedication, a way of offering it to benefit not just yourself, but to others, perpetuating the amplification of your practice. And then begin to deepen your breath. And come back into the room around you. Thank you all for your time and practice. So share with me, you're always welcome to share with me your experience, but I want to share with you the way that this practice has power not just on the cushion, but off the cushion. So one thing that we have touched in every single session around sharpening our practice is the importance of showing up with the most authentic version of you. Not showing up in a rehearsed performative meditative practice, but really sitting down and seeing where you are, and addressing that honestly. So the way this reflects in our day-to-day practice, in our 23 hours and 40-minute practice, is making an effort to check in periodically so that we're responding and able to feed the moment that we need in the moment, not an old version of how I said I felt in the morning or something. And the second way that this specific practice has been a great benefit to myself, and I very much hope a benefit for you, is it's a reminder that any emotion, any situation, interaction in which we have to relate to anything at all, ourselves, others, our food, our house, that experience has layers. It has depths of layers. It has layers within the layers of depths. I think I said that opposite, inside out. But it gives us a chance to practice seeing that our mind is not just actually transforming our world, where people are many language around our practice can come to language around transformation. Yes, we do transform. But is it really us transforming it and taking it and looking at it upside down, or noticing that what we're looking at has many different qualities within it? And what happens for myself, and I wonder if it happens for others, and it's something that we have a choice. These are my questions. Is what we experience first, does that become the main actor in our world? So we experience something at work that, let's say, is unpleasant. And we have a little bit of the intelligence, emotional intelligence, to know that there's some subtlety of depth in that experience. But do we really practice equanimity with the way we're experiencing all those subtle levels? And why is it that we tend to choose the loudest and the brightest? But there's all these other parts of the experience that are available to us. And we do have the choice of taking another aspect and amplifying that and ruminating about that. And this is bringing me to our practice of uber criticism. We tend to notice the things that are going wrong. Yes, there's some things going right. We do notice them, but those aren't the important things. And I get why. This is called survival. We want to make sure that we are training ourselves to avoid things that are going to hurt ourselves and others. But are we really in that position where we need to be in that fight or flight mode? And the reason I bring this up in relationship to, am I meditating right? Or how do I know if I'm meditating? Is that we really need to manage the overcritical mind, the editorial mind that is wanting to look at where we're going wrong. And that type of training is where we can get a little bit caught up and actually taken away from our meditative practice. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And please review this class. It's always available for you on my profile. And remember, you can meditate with Round Class live every single day. So join us again tomorrow. Where? Same time, same place. Check us out at round.glass and on our app. And I'll be back next week with another live session. Have a beautiful one.